today I'm hanging out in my camper shell and I thought about safety and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. Being a female solo nomad, and I'm part time. I have a home base, but some people are full time. And there are so many videos on safety that I think the consensus is trust your gut. There is a book out that I read. I can't remember the title. It talked about when you truly are in danger, your body will physiologically, if that's a word, respond and react to that. Like your body will alert you and you'll have a gut feeling. The hairs on the back of your neck may stand up. You may just freeze and all your senses are extremely alert. So I drove in to Quartzsite in one of the areas, and there were people already camping there and they were outside, and they just weren't my cup of tea. I could tell already. They were loud, and it wasn't just that. I didn't even get on my truck. I got a bad vibe. Like, ew, this is eerie. I don't like this. And I couldn't get out of there fast enough. And if you feel an overwhelming sudden fear like that, or just an uneasy feeling, some discomfort is present, then you need to trust that. I think that is our biggest defense. We know to back into a campsite so that we can just drive away quickly in the night. I think if you prepare before you go on the road or even after you're on the road, it would be good to make sure that your locks are working well. And it would be very difficult for someone to get into your vehicle. Also, you can have safety devices. I'm not going to speak what they are, but if you know, you know. And I'll show you. I have this, and I have an alarm that might buy me some time, maybe startle them and then run off. I don't know. And I have this, psh, psh. So that's what I have right now for safety. But in the middle of the night, you need to know that you can just grab that you can get it very quickly. So know where your safety devices are. Some people use wasp spray and some people use a bat. So whatever works for you. I've never had to use anything. Thank you, Lord. But I have trusted my gut and I have left some places. And always let friends and family know where you are. Some people have one of those satellite things. I forget what they're called. I do want to invest in one of those that you can call from anywhere. So if you have an emergency, you can use that. But if somebody can pin you where you are, or if you change routes, you change your plans, just let them know. I like to tell my husband where I am if I'm just going 30 miles down the road. That way, if I have car trouble, whatever, he knows. If something happens, he knows which route I took and where I am and where to look for me. So I just like that feeling of people knowing where I am. What do you do if you've already set up camp, and you're starting to get that uneasy feeling and you feel like, ooh, I need to go. I need to leave. What do you do if everything's set up? Well, in my opinion, what I would do is I would leave it. It's not worth it. You can replace a camp stove. Just leave it and go, because it's just not worth your safety, your life, your health. I don't think it's a good idea to have earbuds in all the time because you can't hear. Today at the gym, a lady walked up to me behind me and I jumped out of my skin because I had my earbuds in and I couldn't hear a thing. I couldn't hear her coming. So I just think it's really safe if you're traveling alone and you're at a campsite that you don't put your earbuds in unless you're locked up in your vehicle or your camper. I just think that's a good idea. You need to be able to hear. This last time at Quartzsite, I had already torn down my camp and moved because I didn't have a peace about where I was. So I moved to this new campsite, set up again, and several feet away from me was a man camping solo with his little dog. So that night, I had a nightmare about him. The next night, consecutive nights, I had another nightmare about him. Now, you can think this is woo-woo, but for decades, I've learned to pay attention to my dreams because I've dreamed people died. They did several times. People in my family. I've dreamed such and such happened, and it happened. This has happened over and over. So I trust when I have a dream at least to pay attention to it. And I journal my dreams. And I think this is another part. This is a spiritual part of it, and that subconscious in us. And our spirit just knows things that maybe we don't know mentally, especially when we're awake. The last day I was there, I just really watched out for him, you know. And the last day I was there, I was kind of tearing down and loading up, but I hadn't torn down the tent yet. And he started walking over to me, and I was already, alert. And I was like, he's walking over here. He had his little dog with him, and I don't think he was on a leash. Oh, that bugs me. And it's like the dog is up in my truck, and I'm thinking, well, if I need to get away, I guess I'm taking your dog with me. Anyway, he just kept getting closer and closer, and I kept taking steps, and I was loading things, but I thought, I'm not going to turn my back to him. He's weird. He is so strange. He wanted to know where I was from, how long I was staying, when was I leaving, just personal stuff like, dude, I don't know you, none of your business. I'm not telling you that. And he said, well, when do you think you're leaving? And I said, I'm tearing down right now. I'm leaving right now. I was going to stay a few more hours, but nope, I'm out. So just another time to trust your gut and just be aware and just, use common sense as you would anywhere, because it can be dangerous in your house too. If you live in the country, or if you live in an urban area, it can be dangerous anywhere. So just being careful and paying attention, I think that is huge. It's our biggest defense that we could ever use is what God gave us in here. Not just here, yes, here, but here, in our hearts, in our spirit. And yeah. But most of the time, the people I meet when I'm camping are incredible. They're just what I call golden people, salt of the earth. They'll help you. You don't get a bad vibe from it, but I'm still cautious even with them if they're strangers. But I've met some fun gals, some fun couples, and just we laughed around the campfire, and you will meet the best people out there on the road and in campgrounds. It's just that, those one or two you got to watch out for. And I think if we will put a mental bubble around ourselves, if you're a person of faith, you can pray. I pray over my campsites. I ask for wisdom where to go, which one. You might think that's overkill, but it's worked pretty well for me so far. And it just makes me feel more peace. I don't think that we should allow fear to stop us from doing things that we love to do and things that maybe we feel called to do. We feel great purpose in it and meaning. So don't let fear stop you. It's fun, it's wonderful, and nothing has happened. Yes, I know it only takes that one time. But like I said, if you are prepared, watch a lot of safety videos. That's what I did. And I'm not going out in the attitude of fear. I'm just all about the fun and the peace in nature. I like to take walks in nature and just hear from God. It's amazing how it stabilizes you, refreshes you. It's like a reset. So I'm not going to let fear rob me from that. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to travel. I'm going to camp, even if it's by myself. And I love going solo. Just be careful out there. And I'll end this video. And I just want to say, Stay safe and trust your gut and keep your eyes open. Love you guys. Hey campers, I found this really easy recipe that it's just my go-to. I've really enjoyed it. So I wanted to share it with you, and you could take it camping. You could even pre-chop the vegetables before you go camping, or just chop it right there at your campsite. So it's just 3 vegetables unless you want to add more. Start with an avocado, red onion, and a cucumber. And these are so refreshing during the summer months, I think. And then we're gonna make bang bang sauce. So you chop the veggies and you're gonna toss them in this sauce. And how I make bang bang sauce is just 4 ingredients. It's Thai style sweet chili sauce, say that 10 times. And I use liquid aminos. I'm trying to be a little healthier. Or if you just have soy sauce on hand, that's fine. And Kewpie mayo, or any mayo you have in the house. And just a splash of rice wine vinegar. If you're not a vegetarian and you need some protein, like me, you could use some rotisserie chicken, some canned chicken, whatever chicken you would like, and you can season it how you want. All this together is just so light, so fast, and so easy, halfway healthy, and I'm enjoying it so much. So I just wanted to share it with you. So I hope you try it. Enjoy.